Today we're going to go through the order of operations. This is actually a critical lesson because this is the rules that the mathematics has in place to make sure that every mathematician in the world will get the same answer to the same problem. Because if you don't have this type of rules, there are literally a whole lot of different ways I could answer a question. But because we have these order of operations in place, everybody that does this properly will get the same answer. So many of you may have heard of all of this already. How many have already heard the term PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? Okay, about 3/4 of you. This is actually the most we've had of anybody, which could be really problematic because we have some very bad news for you. Unfortunately, Aunt Sally has passed away. She is no longer with us. Yeah, she had a lot of issues. She was basically half of the things that she told us were wrong. So we had to get rid of her. And we have replaced her with our good friend GEMMA. So let's talk about this. If I say PEMDAS, how many steps does it sound like there are? Wyatt? Dylan? Armstrong? Lily? 6. PEMDAS. That's 6 steps. Here's the problem. There's actually only 4 steps. There's an additional problem. What does PEMDAS start with? P. The problem is parentheses are only one possible grouping symbol. We have a whole bunch of other ones in mathematics. Basically, anything that puts this set of numbers together to be done first is what we call a grouping symbol. So parentheses is one of them, and it is the most common one. But because we have these other options, we needed to change the acronym up. So our new acronym is GEMMA, G-E-M-A. This is really nice because it gives you, step by step, what to do. Our first step is G. So given what I just said, what do you think G might stand for? Parker? Grouping symbols. So G is grouping symbols. This includes parentheses, again, the most common one that we use. I heard someone say brackets. That is actually another one. Normally brackets are used when we have nested expressions, multiple sets of parentheses. Another one that we'll see commonly and we'll be using today is actually the division bar. So the division bar holds 2 purposes. Number one, it tells you I'm going to divide the numerator and denominator, but secondly, it says you have to do everything on top before you do all the stuff on the bottom, before you can actually divide. So that is why the division bar is a grouping symbol, which did cause some consternation yesterday. Hopefully we'll be past that, and you guys will be able to understand that. So there are actually other ones. We're not going to overload you, though, but that's some of the major ones that you'll see. Now, E didn't change, so E is the same. You know, JJ? Exponents. Good job. So E is our exponents. Remember on the exponents, because we're still seeing a lot of struggle on this, tells the number of times the base is being multiplied This is interesting. There we go. This is a brand new one. There we go. Okay, we're back to the page. There we go. Number of times the base is being... Okay, skip on. There we go. Can we just pretend that says multiplied? Okay. Miss McShann, can you do me a favor? Right click and hit lock. We'll try something. There we go. It's in a different color, but at least it's writing multiplied by itself. And that is the key. Remember, I'm not multiplying those two numbers. It's just telling me how many times I'm multiplying the base by itself. So M actually really didn't change, but we've just now put it into one step like it's supposed to be. So what do you think M is? Done? Well done. You got them both. Okay? So M is actually multiplication and division. Your key on this one, we're going to do it from left to right, which was one of the problems with PEMDAS. It sounded like you're supposed to divide after you multiplied. No, I just start on the left and I go right, because that's the way we read in English. It's also the way we read in math. Okay? Which leads us to our final step, the A. Armstrong? Excellent. Thanks for putting them both in there. It's addition and subtraction. And once again, just like with the multiplication and division, our focus on this one is we're going from left to right. Wyatt? Then I do it first. That's why it goes left to right. And that was really one of the issues with PEMDAS. It sounded like two separate steps, but they're actually one.
That's a very good question.
Well done, Wyatt. Thanks. Okay, so I am going to add a note here, and here is your key to success. You need to rewrite the problem at each step. I can already guarantee there are several students in here who have very good number sense and are very good with math who are going to completely fail on this because they are going to want to take shortcuts. They feel that they are too smart to actually rewrite everything every step. It's too much work, and you're going to mess it up. Okay? Guarantee it. And you're about to see some of them. Now, this one is actually really easy if you're willing to work. If you're willing to work and do what Mr. Chan and I are asking you to do, this should be an easy A. Because the numbers aren't that hard. You understand rewriting the steps, it will help keep everything in order. One of the other keys is, if you rewrite your steps and you make a math error, you still get partial credit for it. Because we can determine you understood the order, you just made a math error. If all you've got is a bunch of gibberish and an answer and it's wrong, there is no partial credit on that. Partial credit definitely can make a huge difference in these. Okay, we got a quiz on this next week, so be ready. We're going to do a few problems with you, and then we're going to let you guys head off on your own and get some practice doing this, because quite frankly, the best way to get good at order of operations is to practice it. We did give you a little cheat sheet on your first couple pages. We did the GEMMA right on top for you to help you keep track of the order that you're doing them in. Literally, all you need to do, guys, is go through this order. So for our very first problem, I start off with G, which is groupings. Do I have any groupings? No, so I can cross the G off. Then I go to the E. Do I have any exponents? No, so I can cross the E off. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. So that's what we do first. Okay, so the way I do it, I just put a little cursor under what I'm doing. I rewrite everything else. So it's going to be 14 minus 5 plus, then I do the math that I've noted I need to do. So what's 3 times 2? 6. And I've now put that piece there. Now, do I have any additional multiplication or division? Nope. So I cross that off. Now we're just to our last step. And I go addition, subtraction, left to right. So 14 minus 5 is 9 plus 6. Rewrite that. 9 plus 6 gives me 15. See how easy this can be? Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. Again, this is one, the more you do it, the less confusing it will be for you. So our next one, do I have any grouping symbols?
Yes.
Yes, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'll show you the way Miss McShann likes to do it. So she just circles the piece that she's doing, and then rewrites everything else. So she'll say 36 divided by 4 plus 20 times, what's 3 plus 5? 8. And once you've done that, you can cross that out to keep track that you've done it. Okay? Then I say, do I have any additional grouping symbols? No, because here's the key. I still keep the parentheses, because parentheses has an additional meaning, kind of like our division bar does. That additional meaning, if I have a number right beside it, means I'm going to multiply it. Okay? So don't get rid of parentheses, because you may need them. But realize that if it's down to one number, it's no longer a grouping symbol. It's just a multiplication operation. So grouping is done. Do I have any exponents? Nope. Do I have any multiplication or addition? Yes. So then I go left to right. The first one I see is here. So I'm going to rewrite everything else. Plus 20 times 8. What is 36 divided by 4? 9. Then I cross that out. Do I have multiplication or division still? Yep, here. So I'll rewrite what else I have. 9 plus 20 times 8 gives me 160. Do I have any more multiplication or division? Nope. So now I just add 169. Starting to make sense? Okay, let's do one more. Do I have any grouping symbols? Yes. 15 and 9. So I have 3, parentheses, 15 plus 9 is 24 minus 2 times 11. Do I have any additional grouping symbols? No. Do I have any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Yes. So here's why those parentheses become important. Because I have a number of parentheses and another number, that actually means what? Multiply. So I'm actually multiplying those numbers. 3 times 24 is going to give me 72 minus 2 times 11. Do I have any more multiplying or dividing? Yes. 2 times 11. So 72 minus 22. Am I done with my multiplying and dividing? Yep. So all I have to do is subtract. 72 minus 22 gives us 50. Everybody seeing it? Okay, so here's your task for the next 8 minutes. We have 4 problems left on this sheet for you to do. You are allowed to work as a table. So my recommendation is everybody at the table do the problem and compare your answers. That's going to be your best chance to be successful, because then if you have different answers, you can talk about why you have different answers. Make sense? Okay? So you have 8 minutes. Go ahead and get to work. So just to help everybody understand what options there are, I actually want to get answers from you before we show you what the answers are. So who thinks you have the answer to the next problem? Jaden?
Like the answer to the whole thing?
Yeah, this problem here.
78.
78? Okay, does anybody have something different than 78? If you got 78, I don't need to hear it 10 times. I just need other answers. Daphne? 88? Lily? 62? Parker?
273.
Thank you. 273. Sarah?
337.
Nice. 337. Aurora?
48.
48, okay. Cheyenne? 58? Any others? So as you can see, there's a whole lot of different answers to this problem, right? And I'll be honest with you, most of them, there is a legitimate way you could justify how you got it. The problem is you didn't follow the order of operations, which is why this concept is so critical, because the order of operations allows us to figure out what the correct answer is and why there is only one real answer to this problem. Okay? Killian, please sit properly. Thank you. Okay, so again, my agenda's covered, but we're still going to go through that process. Do I have any groupings?
No. Yes.
Yes, right here. I'm going to rewrite everything else. So 37 plus 4, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 9. Okay? Do I have any additional groupings? Any exponents?
No.
Multiplication or division? Yes, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. Everything else gets rewritten. 4 times 8 is 32 plus 9. Any more multiplication or division? No, so now I'm just going to add or subtract. 37 and 32 gets me 69. 69 plus 9, the correct answer was 78.
Yes, I got it.
Okay? I know you were nervous, weren't you, Jaden?
Yeah.
Okay, our next one. What answers do we have? Okay, Jaden.
16.
16. Anybody else other than 16? Jillian? That's not other than 16. Thanks for wanting to be on the recording again, though. Nobody else? So everybody here got 16.
Yeah.
Janice? 10. Thank you. Okay, let's look at it. So here's why the division bar is a grouping symbol, guys. Because it's a division bar, there's multiple steps. I have to do everything on top first, then I will do everything on the bottom. Once I have used it as a grouping symbol, then it becomes a division symbol. So a division bar kind of fits in 2 categories, but where you focus on it first is as a grouping symbol because it tells me I have to do everything on top first. Now within a grouping symbol, remember, I follow GEMMA again. So within that grouping symbol, I'm still going to do groupings first. Meaning the first thing I have to do is the 12 plus 16. Everything else gets rewritten. 92, 12 plus 16 is 28 over 4. Do I have any additional grouping symbols?
No.
Exponents?
No.
Multiplication or division? Not in. This is why we're in the grouping. On top, do I have multiplication or division? No. Addition, subtraction? Yes. So that's why I do this part before I divide. That's why it's critical that you understand division bar is actually a grouping symbol. So I have to finish everything on top before I go to the bottom. So 92 minus 28 gave me 64. At this point, now it's just a division symbol. So 64 divided by 4 gives me 16. So you guys did well on that one. Okay, our next one. Go ahead.
129.
129. Anything other than 129? What'd you get? 38? Liam, did I hear you say 132?
Yes.
132? Any others? Billy? Okay. Armstrong? No other answers? Okay, we'll check it. So again, G, what's my grouping symbols? Yep. Within the grouping symbol, I still follow GEMMA, so I'm going to do the exponent first. Everything else gets rewritten. 8 squared, or 8 to the second power, is
64.
64. If you put 16, again, slap yourself upside the head. Eventually, you'll knock sense into yourself and stop doing that. Thanks for being honest, Wandy. So I still have a grouping symbol, so this is my next one. Rewrite everything else. 64 minus 2 is 62 times 2. Do I have any additional grouping symbols? Nope, that's gone. Exponents? Nope, that's gone. Multiplication or division? Yes. So I rewrite everything else. 5 plus 62 times 2 gets me 124. Done with multiplication and division, so I just add. 129 was indeed the correct answer. Okay, our next one. Sarah? 63. Anything else? 198, thank you. Dylan? 179? 279. Yes. 72?
I got 179.
170 what?
I got 179.
179? Instead of 279? Yes. Mia? 117? Anybody have an answer that's not up there yet? Okay, let's check it out. And I figured there'd be a lot of change on this one because of the double exponents and the grouping. So again, we start with our grouping symbol. So first one I'm going to do is the 5 minus 2. Everything else gets rewritten. 3 to the 4th minus 2 cubed times 3 plus 60. Any additional grouping symbols? Nope, so that's gone. Exponents, I have 2 of them. So again, I go left to right. So exponents, 3 to the 4th power is 81. If you put 12, another slap upside the head, we'll eventually get that. Okay? Then I have to do my 2 to the 3rd power. 2 to the 3rd is 8. Okay, any more exponents? Nope, so we're through that step. Any multiplication or division? Yes, I do that one next. 81 minus 24 plus 60. Any additional multiplication or division? Nope, so that one's gone. Then we finish with addition subtraction. Remember, it goes left to right. Addition does not come before subtraction unless it's to the left. So the first one I'm going to do is 81 minus 24, which gives me 57 plus 60 for a total of 117. So for all the rest of you, I hope you see where along the line you were able to make a mistake so you know what to fix. Okay, our last set. Go ahead.
79.
79. Any additionals? So everybody here got 79 for this. How many of you were able to finish this one? Most of them. Okay. So let's look. Do I have a grouping symbol? Yes. So within that grouping symbol, I still follow GEMMA, meaning I'm going to do the exponent first. So I'll rewrite this as 2 times 7 squared is 49. If you wrote 14, what are you supposed to do? Good. I'm glad you're learning. Okay, we still have our grouping symbol. So 49 minus 15 gives me 34 plus 11. 2 times 34 gets me 68 plus 11, which is 79 again. Okay? Questions on this page? Yes, Graham. 7 times 7. 7 squared means that base of 7 times itself twice. 7 times 7. Any other questions? Okay, so here's the deal. Let's go ahead and turn the page. Again, the best way to get really proficient with GEMMA or order of operations is practice. So we're going to basically give you the rest of the class period to do these 12 problems. If you finish these 12, please continue on to the next page. We've given you another page for extra practice because we realize some of you will be able to do it better than others. Do not go to your homework unless you have finished both of those pages. Right, Bryce? That's shocking. Okay, so you have 15 minutes till lunch, so we're just going to go through these rather quickly just so you guys can check your answers. We'll talk through it step by step to make sure you understand why they're working in the process that they are. So again, we have our cheat sheet here with the GEMMA. So we're going to start off with any groupings and we go left to right. So left grouping is this one. It gives me 5 times 18 minus 56 divided by 2 times 4. Now I have this grouping on the right. So 5 times 18 minus 56 divided by 8. Groupings are done. Don't have any exponents, so now I'm going to do multiplying, dividing, left to right. Multiplying, this one comes first. 5 times 18 gives me 90, minus 56 divided by 8. Now I have a division on this side, so 90 minus 7, which leads me to my answer of 83. Okay, next one. Groupings. Yes, I have one right here at the start. 14 times 5 gives me 70 plus 2 to the 5th. Groupings are done. Now I have exponents. 2 to the 5th is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It is not 10. It is 32. Exponents are done. No multiplying, so I'm just going to add those two. 102. Hey guys, please keep the comments down. That way if there's questions, I'll be able to hear them. Ms. McShann's coming around helping you. If you have questions, raise your hand, she'll help you. Our next one, we've got groupings. Starting right off at the beginning, again, groupings go left to right. 21 divided by 3 gives me 7, plus 27 plus 8 times 5 plus 75. I have another grouping here with the 8 times 5. So 7 plus 27 plus 40 plus 75. Don't have any exponents, no multiplying or dividing. So now we're just going to add left to right. 7 and 27 gives me 34 plus 40 plus 75. 34 and 40 gives me 74 plus 75 for a grand total of 149. Next up, we have again a grouping. Within the groupings, we follow order of operations, meaning that I'm going to do my exponent first. So 7 plus 66, 2 to the 4th power is 16 minus 5. I still have a grouping to get rid of and consolidate. 76, oh, that's a divided by, not a plus. Which does bring me to a point, guys. Be careful as you recopy these lines that you don't make a math error. Don't try to go so quick that you mess something up simple. So 66 divided by 11. That's groupings, no exponents, multiplication, division. I do have a division piece here. So 66 divided by 11 gives me 6. Now it's just adding those two for 13. Next up, I do again have a grouping right here at the beginning. Gives me 20 times 3 divided by 4 plus 15. No more groupings, no exponents. So multiplication division is going to go left to right. 60 divided by 4 plus 15. Now I have a division, 15 plus 15 for a total of 30. Next one, we do again have a grouping again here. 11 times 5 minus 72 and 18 is going to give me 90 divided by 5. No exponents. The multiplication division goes left to right. So we have 55 minus 90 divided by 5. Now I have a division on this side. 55 minus 18 gives me a total of 37. Next one. Groupings. I again have two, so I'll start left and go right. 64 divided by 8 gives me 8 plus 7 times 8 plus 40 minus 38. I have an additional grouping on this side. 8 plus 7 times 8 plus 2. Groupings are done. No exponents. Multiplication, division. I've got one in the middle. And I'll be honest, guys, this is the one that messes students up more than any. When you have a number plus and then multiply, so many times they do that first. They add the first instead of multiplying. 56 plus 2. Excuse me, at this point, it's all addition, so we're just going to go straight across. 64 plus 2, or 66. Okay, next one. I do have a grouping here at the beginning. 64 and 24 is going to give me 88 divided by 2 cubed. I now have an exponent. 88 divided by 2 to the 3rd power is 8. Now it's a division. 88 divided by 8 is 11. Okay, last line. Our grouping is on the far right, so that's where we're going to start. 3 cubed plus 77 divided by 27 minus 16 is 11. I have an exponent, so we'll do that one next. 3 cubed is 27. 3 times 3 times 3 plus 77 divided by 11. No more exponents. I have one division on this side. 27 plus 7 gives me a total of 34. Next up, we again have two groupings, so I'm going to start on the left one first. 28 divided by 14, times 4 plus 24 divided by 2. I still have a grouping to do. So 28 divided by 14 times 28 divided by 2. No more groupings. I don't have any exponents. So now multiplying, dividing goes left to right. That's all we have, so that's literally all we're going to do is one piece at a time. 28 divided by 4 gives me 2 times 28 divided by 2. 2 times 28 is 56 divided by 2. 56 divided by 2 gets us back where we started there at 28.
Oh, I got it right, but
Parker?
I did the steps wrong.
Okay. Now, here's where the division bar comes in. This is why this is a grouping symbol. I have to do everything on top, then I'll do everything on the bottom, then I will actually divide. So grouping, so the division bar is a grouping symbol, but even within that, I still do the grouping first. So that's going to be the 10 plus 8. 90, 10 plus 8 is 18 over 3 squared. That's all the groupings. Now, I'm still in this group, so I'm going to do the subtraction before I do exponent or division. So 90 minus 18 is going to give me 72 over 3 squared. Now that I've finished the top, now I go to the second group, which is the bottom. Again, following it, there's only one thing there, that's that exponent. 72 divided by 9, which equals 8. And our last one. Again, we have a grouping symbol in the division bar. So I'll do everything on top first, everything on the bottom second. Within that, I will follow GEMMA, meaning I'm going to put those two together first. Gives me 8 times 3 over 2 cubed minus 4. 8 times 3 gives me 24 over 2 cubed minus 4. I finished the top, so I'm ready for my second grouping, which is the bottom. Again, following the order of operations, I'll do the exponent first. So that gives us 24. 2 cubed is 8. So 24 over 8 minus 4 gives us 24 over 4. At this point, it's now just a division bar. So 24 divided by 4 gives us an answer of 6. So how many of you got all 12 of the problems correct?
I didn't get to finish.
You got that last one correct? Because when I looked at your paper, you had 3.
I got one wrong.
Yeah, I thought so. So, out of a class of 42, we had 3 people get them all right.
Well, we haven't finished either.
Okay?
I think it's finished.
So, quiz is coming up next week on this, guys. We're going to have one more lesson before we do that. But just be ready. Make sure you understand. Follow GEMMA. Let's talk real quickly about your homework. So, for those of you who did not do so well, if you have not finished this page, I highly recommend it. This is not homework. You are not required to do this page. However, it gives you a great opportunity to do some extra practice. We will go over the answers with you next class because I'm hoping that most of you will do it. Your actual homework is the back page. Now, we did throw a curveball on you. Notice where the start is. Your start is actually over here. Okay? One hard part on this, because of the way it's copied, the boxes are hard to read. So in order to show your work, you may want to use a separate piece of paper. If you do so, label the box you're working on so we can find it in your work. So if you messed up, we know how to be able to help you. I'll do the first one with you because it is a little tricky. We haven't done a parentheses with an exponent on the outside, so we'll show you how to do that. Now again, I have a grouping symbol in the parentheses. Within the grouping symbol, I follow order of operations, meaning I'm going to divide before I subtract. So that becomes, and I'll write it over here to help you see it better. So that becomes 16 minus 2 squared times 3. I still finish up inside the parentheses. 16 minus 2 is 14 squared times 3. 14 squared, I highly recommend you guys learn your perfect squares to 20. In other words, when I multiply the numbers by themselves, what they are. So 14 squared is 196, because I have memorized my perfect squares, times 3. If not, you can do the 14 times 14. Then I do 196 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18, 27, 28, 588, meaning I'm going to go down to this one. Okay? Make sense? Yes, Sarah?
Are you allowed to use marker since it's so dark, like a different colored marker? Yeah. Like blue?
No, just use a separate piece of paper, write it to the side. I can't authorize pen on homework, sorry. Or marker or anything else. You have to do your homework in pencil. Because there is a very good chance you're going to make some mistakes and need to go back and correct yourself. So all you do, guys, you'll go around the maze. Notice that the end is kind of in a weird spot, right? Okay? So just understand that's where you have to finish. So really quickly again, do I have to do this page? Whoops.
Yeah.
this page? No. Do I have to do this page? Yes. Everybody's clear, right? Okay. Good luck.